Hi guys, welcome back. We're going to continue on drawing our Bart Simpson illustration, working on it. We're going to have our file open in Illustrator. Last video we had, we went ahead and we made the side shadow here. What we're going to do is we're going to start working on it. We added the side shadow, we drew the shape that kind of follows the shape of his head and his ear and works around his mouth a little bit, works around his eyes, and works around his hair. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, we've made an opacity mask which is found underneath the options menu for transparency. So in here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw our basic controller shape. So I guess the way you could label it. What we're going to do is we're going to create a shape that's going to control the gradient of our object. So right now it's set a solid color, but we want it to be a gradient. So we're going to click gradient. Now our object, we can see, has a gradient. A couple things we need to change before we go too much further is we want to change this to have this. We need to set this to be actually 0. Right now it's not actually 0. White meaning revealing all. Black meaning covering up. What we need to do is we need to actually make it so it's 100% across the board black. Right now it says 100% black, black only. So what we're going to do is go to CMYK, and we're going to set all of the CMY values up to 100%, and go from there. Alright guys, so we're going to finish on this gradient here. Let's go ahead and let's get our transparency open. Sorry, I took a break there. Alright. We're going to edit this guy here. So we have him selected, and we need to edit the gradient now. So what we're going to do is we're going to, first things first, before we do that, we're going to change this black. If we already did, I believe we did. We did, and I'm stepping back. Okay, moving forward. Alright, we're going to adjust this gradient. So we're going to get our gradient tool here, and we're just going to go ahead and click and drag across. It's too much. Let's go ahead and see if we can go lighter. That's pretty good there. Let's go ahead and let that be there. So we're going to go ahead and exit that by clicking on that guy there. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we've got our stuff set there. What we're going to do is we're going to affect it. We're going to set a rasterize to 300, say OK. We're going to go in here to blur and say Gaussian blur. We want to blur this just a little bit, not quite as nearly as much as the others. It just needs to be a little bit soft, not too hard. 3.5, let's see how that looks. It's a little bit alright. So some things here I don't like is in the hair up here, so I'm going to go ahead and just try to modify these just a little bit more. You can just edit these by clicking and moving these anchor points with the direct selection tool. And yeah, so we can just adjust these a little bit more. Okay, that seems good. Alright, there we go. So we have our first head shadow. We can add shadows underneath the eyes, underneath the nose, underneath the lip here, underneath the mouth. So we'll go ahead and we'll start doing some of that. Alright, moving forward, let's go ahead and let's start creating some shadows, maybe a shadow underneath his nose here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our pen tool. We're going to start by drawing the undershadow of his nose. Okay, so a couple other things here is we have this shadow we're going to create underneath here, but it's also going to come stretch down underneath here because it's going to have some sort of a highlight, because it's sticking out, there has to be a shadow down here. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to start kind of creating this shadow like that. Okay, and we're going to come through and taper this off. All right, so that being said there, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start to affect this guy. So let's go ahead and let's set our opacity mask. Good. Let's get our square tool. It's pretty good to use that and work with that. So make sure that we bring this guy down. All right. Bring this guy closer here and this guy closer here. Okay. We're going to change that to the gradient. Very good. Let's go ahead and let's use our gradient tool and let's affect some of that. Okay, that's good for now. We'll just let that be. We'll get out of our mask. Let's go ahead and let's go up to effect, and we're going to rasterize. We're just trying to create these to be soft and not too sharp. Gaussian blur. Blur this guy up a little bit. Say OK, and now we have our shape. It's okay. I'm not too pleased with it altogether, but we're going to try and modify just a little bit here. Okay. Maybe that's a little closer to what we want to do.